Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Westeros Total War, Winter submod, House Manderly says Stark. Anyway guys, when we last left off, we'd destroyed House Tyrell, taken pretty much control of all of the Reach, up to some diplomatic negotiation later on to split up the lands a little bit. There is a lot of Stannis forces. Stannis has sent his army of diplomats. I was going to say diplomacy there, which wouldn't make any sense. To Blackhaven, which is their capital, Tommen, now. And meanwhile, we're pushing on Dawn, taking what is left of the usurpers of the Lannisters forces, whatever the hell you want to call them.
Command me. Move out.
And we have way too much routing recently. Speaking of routing, we lost the arbor to a little bit of a rebellion, which we'll deal with shortly. Oh shit! I forgot we were about to take Blackhaven there.
God has delivered us this victory.
Oh, okay. That is beyond utterly pointless for me to attack that. Now watch as I press auto-resolve and we get a crushing defeat. No. That would have just been beyond ridiculous. Although that is the kind of shit that fucking happens to me all the time. Oh no, Tommen, the faction that I'm about to kick the shit out of us, doesn't like me very much.
Who do I face? My lord, should we spare any of them?
Yeah, with Stannis' troops there, it was utterly pointless to fight that on the battlefield.
We have crushed them! This place is yours, my lord! Who do I face? Yes! We shall send them to hell or worse! March!
Okay, let's get my diplomat. Hand over that location to Stannis.
Your proposition. You are serious? Your time was most valuable. We thank you. Yes, Lord. My lord. Your orders, number one.
Need to hand over Blackhaven to Stannis as well.
Pleasure to deal with your people. Goodbye. We look forward to our next meeting.
You think our relationship with them would be more than just good, but apparently not. It would appear that Tommen's forces have retaken Sunspear.
Yes, who do I face? Order the boats at once. Full sail. Moving ashore, my lord. Yes, my lord. Name thy enemy, lord. We march on our victims.
There you go, we siege the arbor
Now we have
and deal with the
a
rebels.
siege. Give the order. An order?
Naturally, my lord.
Seriously, that is a lot of fucking diplomats. Look at them all. Ridiculous. It seems that if the Manderly doesn't pop out an heir, one more, he needs a son. Otherwise, the Manderly line's going to die out.
Yes, lord.
Guy's the Lord of Golden Grove, so you can have Golden Grove for all I care.
Men, we rest here.
With the war coming to the end, we will begin to move our guys back into position, I think, pretty soon.
Your Majesty. Onward.
Hoping those Stannis guys are going to show up and actually do something. I mean, he's got two armies just sitting there. We don't want to marry anyone to Rickon's son, Roderick, just yet. Because like I said, we want to marry Who's come of age? That guy. We need to kill that Frey guy when he comes of age as well. Nope, they've taken Sunspear.
Yes.
The Arbors will be ours in 1 turn or so, but there's not really much point in going in. They're already weakened to the point where it's just be a ridiculously waste of time. Unless, of course, the fucking chances of us winning this are ridiculously high and or low or whatever. Yeah, 20 to 7. Shit, I forgot to.
Victory!
Nope. No! Oh, God damn it!
I have silenced them.
I forgot to annihilate their population, so we won't have any goddamn problems down the line. Build that. Now we have to contend with keeping these guys happy for a bit. What's that? Fire representative. No.
We show little mercy. They deserve none. We march through your enemies.
That should be the end of the Tommen faction,
Victory!
unless there's still got some forces in the Crown Lands. There you go, the end of House Tommen.
Hail to you, most.
Let me strike, my lord. Yes.
My lord, friends. We
And then we give God's grace to Stannis.
You are serious? Your time was most valuable.
Name thy enemy, lord. Approaching, my lord.
Well, with that all done, we may as well just toggle Fog of War. There isn't going to be any battles now. It's just going to be securing our lands and our alliance with Stannis.
Let me strike, my lord.
Moving our troops back to where they need to be, and stuff like that. I can't move Manderly from here, so he's just going to have to rule from the Arbor from now. Act as a sort of policing force for the Reach. Just to keep him happy for now. The reason I'm building 3 of those guys is because they can actually be the proper garrison once they get recruited properly. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Do-do-do. Okay, Kaelin already has guys. Recruit some guys that can't hold. I'm just trying to up the public, the population, public order is what I was looking for there. It's been quite an active... Is he in Winterfell? He should be.
Approaching,
Yeah, pretty soon he will be.
Continuing tomorrow.
There's no point in building them, is there?
Who do I face? Yes. Copy.
See if we can't get Roderick up into the north. One thing we want to try and do is get our locations back
Always a pleasure
from
to deal with
Stannis.
your people.
Deepwood Moat, Bear Keep, Great Hall, Flint's Finger, Reels. Considering the fact that I don't really need my money.
No, we want something else you'd like to
Okay,
suggest?
we need more money before we can ask him that.
It would be an honor.
We need all those locations, and it's going to take quite a considerable amount of cash to get him to accept it. Rickon will slowly advance into the north.
An honor to serve.
Command me.
My lord, resting the troops here.
I'm going to send Mormont back up, and he can go back to Riverrun and control the majority of the Riverlands for me, and the Westerlands. Well, he'll rule from Riverrun, but we saw the Mormonts of Riverrun. My main focus is just getting my lands that I want from Stannis and securing everything else.
Command me. Yes, marching. Continuing to...
Okay, guys. It's been like 12 minutes. There's not going to be really much else going on. It's just going to be securing my lands and my alliance with Stannis. Hopefully marrying off Rickon's son to one of Stannis' daughters. Maybe marrying off his daughter to one of Stannis' sons. That way around kind of thing. But yeah, we'll skip ahead. Kind of past all the things that has already happened and go from there. So yeah, we'll be right back. Hey guys, we're back. Just got some unfinished business to deal with.
Yes, my lord. This is where we shall...
We must remove all Freys. I will not end this series until this man is dead.
Glory, and most of all, victory.
But yeah, I've skipped ahead. We've got diplomatic negotiations going on with Stannis. Roderick Stark, Rickon's son, is married to his only daughter, or at least the only daughter that I could find. He's married to her, and he's got one kid. We'll show you that in a minute once we've dealt with Frey. Yeah, he's married her and got one kid. Robb is at Winterfell still. They ain't married yet. And Donald, or Doran Stark, or whatever the hell Robb's third son is called. Maybe a lot of... I'm just spamming the backspace bar at the moment. So he can't run away or attack or do anything. There he goes. Goodbye, Frey. My job here is done.
Next time it will be.
It's a damn shame because if I edited, if I had the foresight to edit the files, the name files and everything, before I started the series, that guy's name would have been Blackwood, like his father. But because the word Blackwood isn't in the Manderly, in the name of Manderly's list, he didn't get the name Blackwood. Either did this guy or any of his other sons. So technically he had 3 sons that were named Blackwood. But they weren't named Blackwood because the game's slightly retarded. And his bastard daughter is of age, but she's just not anything. Same deal with Rickon's daughter as well, but we'll just have to pretend that we marry her off to some important lord at some point. But yeah. Roderick is married off to Stannis' only daughter. Robb isn't married off to anybody, but we'll do that eventually at some point. I'm thinking Robb and Doran both split off and make cadet branches of House Stark at some point. The previous faction leaders, Willis and Brion, they had an unfortunate, totally unrelated events that eventually led to their totally natural deaths. I didn't send them into a battlefield and kill them on purpose just so Rickon could be the faction leader. What kind of person do you take me for? I would never do such a thing. But yeah, we control all this land. The north, the Vale, the Westerlands, we're ruling the Westerlands from Riverrun. Mormont's in there. We've got the Reach as well, and the lower part of the Reach. The Rebellion and the Arbors dealt with. And we control the north. Stannis now controls all of the Riverlands, the Crownlands, the Stormlands, and Dawn. He rules from King's Landing, which is their capital. And I'm pretty sure Stannis is in there actually with him. Somewhere. So yeah, that's pretty much all for now. We can't really do much else. That's pretty much the entire series finished. It was fucking close at points. We almost lost quite a few people. The little war that we have in the Riverlands going on was really tight, close calls going on there. But it's been quite fun playing this series. It's probably been one of the longest Westeros series that I've ever done. But I've never actually conquered this much land before. Usually I give up. Well, I don't give up. Usually I stop it before it gets this far into it. Because I don't usually like having series that are this long. But, well, it's Rickon Stark, for fuck's sake. It's the return of House Stark. Unfortunately, not the actual return of House Stark. But that's what I'd like to see in the future for it. Actually, Manderly turning into House Stark rather than just staying as House Manderly. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. I mean, there's not a whole lot else we can do. So yeah, annotation will be top hand side leading to the next faction, which according to the faction vote is Stannis Baratheon. Now, how exactly we're going to do Stannis is debatable because we don't really want it to end up being exactly as this is. Because really, you have to fight in the north. I don't know, I'm just trying to think how we can make Stannis a little bit more different from the whole Manderly thing. We don't want it to be identical to this series. So I'm thinking what we do is we don't kill Bolton straight away. We don't go to the Dreadfort straight away. We build up our troops a bit more, wait for the South to fight among themselves for a little bit. And traditionally, if you leave them alone long enough, Arryn usually attacks Frey, which gets them at war with the Iron Throne. Which then they get a war with everybody else. So then we could join up with Arryn, sail around the Vale, and then land in the Crownlands. So there's all kind of different stuff that we can do, but I'll try and make it different than what this series was. As much as I can, at least. So yeah. But yeah, after Stannis, we've got Greyjoy. And after that was Frey, which, yeah. The fourth person in the votes was Frey, because you guys are just fucking annoyingly retarded. Stop voting for Frey, damn it. But yeah, it's not Frey. Unless you vote for Frey again in the next faction vote, but yeah. Once we've done Greyjoy, we'll hold another faction vote after that and pick the next three in the list. So yeah, that's all for now, really. Annotation top right-hand side. Hope you enjoyed this series. That is all for now. Soul out.